8th appearance tonight. He's just slowed down in the last few weeks, the Englishman, in terms of his goal ratio. But what a start to life it has been in Spain for the ex-Birmingham man. Real Madrid take a short corner now. Ball out on the right-hand side again with Brahim Diaz, who cuts inside, shot off the left and forces a save from Jan Oblak, but it's an easy save in the end for the Slovenian international goalkeeper. But Real Madrid off to a bright start, and Brahim Diaz, he would have only got the nod very late in the day at the 11th hour that he was going to play in this Madrid derby. He's made a lively start to the game. Good footwork from Brahim Diaz to carry the ball inside. Space opened up for a shot. He wasn't afraid to take it on from range either. And he just tests out the handling of Oblak early on. Atletico Madrid, this is the first time they've been able to enjoy the football. Koke, though, he's tried to set Rodrigo Riquelme on a run down the left-hand side. Too much on the pass, though, from Koke. The one-club man, not too many of them in modern football anymore. Koke climbing through the youth ranks at Atletico Madrid before making his first team debut back in 2009. Over 430 appearances for the club, and he's still an integral part of Diego Simeone's team. This is his 20th league appearance of the season tonight, Koke. Valverde heavily involved early on. Finds Nacho Fernandez. Fernandez out to the left-hand side for Rodrigo. Rodrigo continues to carry inside to find Bellingham. Nice offload from Bellingham to Camavinga. Real Madrid moving the ball from left to right with good fluidity here. This is Brahim Diaz. Pass inside to Bellingham. Out on the right-hand side was Vasquez, but instead it's carried inside to Camavinga, who's lining up a shot here, but changes his mind and shifts the ball out to the left-hand side to Ferland Mendy. Camavinga and Mendy play a 1-2 together. Mendy has the ball over against the corner flag. He's found a nice reverse pass inside to Bellingham. Bellingham to Camavinga. Step over to open up a yard. Shot from range, but just off balance as he hit that one there, the Frenchman. And that one flies high and wide in the end. That's yet another sighter on Oblak's goal. Real Madrid getting plenty of shots in early on here against their city rivals. Atletico Madrid 10 points behind Los Blancos going into this Madrid derby. They really cannot afford to lose this one if they want to maintain their slim hopes of a charge at the title. Real Madrid looking to go 4 points clear after Girona dropped points last night against Sociedad. And Real Madrid, they meet Girona next weekend in La Liga. So a win here will open up a 4-point gap. A win in the next one, 7 points, and Real Madrid start to feel like they're starting to re-establish their dominance in La Liga once again. It's been a thrilling title race, one of the most unlikely title races in Europe this season. Girona, though, keep on coming back at Real Madrid, but Real Madrid, as I said, will be hoping a win here in this Madrid derby, and a win next week against their closest rivals might see them start to re-establish order as they'd feel it at the top of La Liga. Toni Kroos in possession now. Talk of an international U-turn potentially midweek. Of course, Germany do host the European Championships this upcoming summer. There has been talk that Toni Kroos would like to be a part of that Germany setup. Madrid just taking a small chance playing out from the back. Almost caught in possession there was Koke as he was charged down by Rodrigo, but Koke manages to get the ball back to Oblak, and Atletico Madrid can start from deep again now. Fourth Madrid derby of the season. It was Real Madrid that had the bragging rights in the Super Cup, which of course was played away from Spanish soil. Since then, though, Atletico Madrid have responded with an extra time victory in the Copa del Rey. Atletico Madrid won the previous league meeting between the two sides. If they were to win here at Santiago Bernabeu this evening, it would be only the 5th league double Atletico Madrid have achieved against their illustrious city rivals. This is the 236th Madrid derby tonight. Real Madrid very much on top in the head-to-head stakes. 116 wins in this fixture. That's a nice ball into the Real Madrid penalty area, and it forces Lunin into an early save. Clever disguised ball into the feet of Alvaro Morata. He wasted no time, Morata. He got the shot in quickly. Just peels away from Nacho. Flashes across, a shot right across the face of goal and forces the Ukrainian goalkeeper into some early action there. Alvaro Morata with a great record against his former club Real Madrid. He scored 6 goals in 11 appearances against his old employers before tonight. It's his joint best opponent for scoring goals. He's also got 6 against Sevilla as well, but he's done it in fewer games against Real Madrid, so really this is his most favourite of opposition. The man who started his career in the youth ranks here at Atleti before eventually ending up at Real Madrid after a short spell in the youth team at Getafe. But he's come back to haunt Real Madrid on many occasions, and he almost haunted them again there as well. Diaz trying to play a ball into the penalty area for Valverde. Valverde beaten to it by the, I'm not sure if you describe him as a makeshift defender, Witsel. He seems to have slotted into that back four with ease this season. Another good piece of covering there from the Belgian international. Valverde finds Diaz again out on the right hand side, inside to Camavinga. There's a 1-2 with Diaz. He finds Valverde. Camavinga, nice little triangular passes there from Real Madrid. This is Vasquez. Goes back towards Valverde with a tempting cross inside towards Rodrigo. The loose ball might fall the way of Mendy. Mendy takes it down on the edge of the area. He's quickly closed down, but Mendy uses his pace and power to get away from Rodrigo de Paul, but de Paul keeps up the hunt, snaps away at the heels of Rodrigo now, and that ball goes out with play for a throw-in. Some dispute over which direction the throw-in should go. It's a Real Madrid one. There's 2 balls on the pitch. Referee allows play to go on. It wasn't interfering with the action according to the referee. Atletico Madrid players seem to have a different opinion, but no harm done in the end as Real Madrid again settle into some sustained possession here. Camavinga trying to turn away from his man. That's a good tackle on Camavinga, but he pokes out an outstretched leg, and that keeps the ball alive here for Real. Nice ball around the corner to Valverde. Valverde stands up across towards Jude Bellingham at the back post. It's over the head of Bellingham. It's kept in play over on the far side by Ferland Mendy. Bellingham finds Toni Kroos. This is Nacho Fernandez. Everyone in the Atletico Madrid half now. All this play taking part in a condensed area of the pitch out on the left hand side, about 10 or 15 yards outside of the penalty area now. Ball goes more central this time to Toni Kroos, who switches the ball out to the left. A ranging pass out towards Vasquez. Vasquez with a cut back to Toni Kroos on the edge of the area. He moves it right again to Diaz. Diaz's cross is headed up into the air by Witsel. It's kept in play by Real Madrid, but eventually Atletico semi-clear their lines. It's not fully away as of yet. It's back with Real Madrid. Cutting in is Diaz. Diaz trying to play a ball across the face of the penalty area and switch the play out to the left, but it took a deflection off Griezmann, who's very deep here for Atletico Madrid. Goes to show you the pressure they're under early on here against Real. Ball again out on the right hand side with Vasquez. Inside to Camavinga. This is Valverde out to the left to Ferland Mendy. Hasn't had much defending to do so far. The Real Madrid fullback playing as a winger here at the moment. Rodrigo survives a scare in possession. Gets the ball back to Toni Kroos, who again bombs a pass out to the right hand side. Wonderful first touch from Brahim Diaz. Started the game with real confidence. It's almost as if he didn't have time to think about the game, given he was expecting to be on the bench, and he's just come on with a real freshness and energy. But eventually that Real Madrid attack does break down, but not for long. Atletico Madrid can only knock that one out of play for a Real Madrid throw, and Los Blancos will come again. Fernandez inside. Ball again switched out to the right hand side. Real Madrid using the flanks very well, particularly this right hand side that Diaz is occupying. This is Jude Bellingham now, out on the right towards the corner flag. He's got 2 defenders in front of him. Can he find a way around them? No, he'll have to go back to Vasquez. Atletico Madrid trying to push up the pitch here, just trying to force Madrid back, but it's not proving easy. It's Almost an intercepted pass. It might fall the way of Griezmann. It does. Griezmann on halfway now, trying to break into the Real Madrid half. He's done well, but he's lacking support here. He goes down under a challenge, and he's won a free kick. He's done extremely well there. Antoine Griezmann, who for many is right up there this season alongside Jude Bellingham as the player of the season in Spain. Antoine Griezmann, who over the last couple of seasons he's been a little bit in limbo, hasn't he? It didn't really work for him at Barcelona, but he very much looks back to his best here at Atletico Madrid. Griezmann, 18 goals in all competitions so far this season. He scored 11 times against tonight's opponents during his career as well. There's only 3 teams he's found the net against on more occasions, so this is one of his favourite opponents as well. So Morata and Griezmann, the front two for Atletico de Madrid, they have got excellent records against tonight's hosts. Diego Simeone will be hoping that can spur Atletico on to a big result here. Griezmann in the centre circle now. Atletico trying to settle into a sustained spell of possession. It's been lion's share the way of Real Madrid so far. Atletico taking this opportunity just to fill their lungs back up, take a breather, relieve some of that pressure from Real Madrid. 14 minutes on the clock. You're listening to live audio commentary of this massive game in La Liga tonight, the 236th Madrid derby, the 4th derby of the season in Spain between these two. Live here on Flash Score with me, your commentator Kieran Burke. Good evening to those of you joining us slightly late. You haven't missed any goals as of yet. You missed plenty of drama before the game though. Confusion over who would start for Real Madrid after it was reported that Vinicius Jr. had picked up an injury in the warm-up. Joselu originally announced as the man to replace the Brazilian, but then out of nowhere, Brahim Diaz getting the nod from Ancelotti to start this game. And he's made a bright start to the game as well, Diaz, as Atletico Madrid win a corner over on the left-hand side. Rodrigo Riquelme, his cross blocked down by Federico Valverde, and it will be a corner to the visitors, their first of the game. Antoine Griezmann begins the slow walk over to the corner flag to take this one. Atletico Madrid shooting into the end, occupied by the Real Madrid ultras, their most vocal and passionate supporters, all decked out in white this evening. Griezmann, ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box. That's a good punch from Lunin. Atletico will gather the second ball though, and Griezmann, they've stood off him, they've allowed the cross, and he almost punished them as well. That was a really good cross towards Morata. It's headed away from Morata though, and Real Madrid should clear their lines. Mendy was thinking about putting his boot through the ball, but instead he plays a pass out to the left, and as the Real Madrid try to play their way out, Rodrigo loses his footing, ball runs by him and out for a throw into Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid did have the chance to go for the old-fashioned long clearance there, but they tried to play out and they've conceded a throw in deep in their territory as a result. And another throw into the team in red and white. This is Saul Niguez. Griezmann again dropping deep into the centre circle. Ball in towards Alvaro Morata. He can only nod it back to the edge of the penalty area, where he finds Llorente. Llorente gives it back to Morata. And it's a bit of a loose backwards pass, and that allows Real Madrid to push a good 10-15 yards up the pitch. They've got a high defensive line now in place, so Atletico Madrid need to pick their passes well here. They go for a ball down the right hand side, down the channel, and that forces Real Madrid into a hurried clearance as Rodrigo Riquelme look to race in behind. Another throw into Atletico Madrid. It's over on the far side this time. Taken by Hermoso. Witsel. Witsel again. Atletico back in their own half here now. That's a ball over the top from Rodrigo de Paul. It's a good ball down the line for Llorente, but Llorente unable to... Actually, he's won a corner. He's done well there. Marcos Llorente. He's managed to just flick that ball against Ferland Mendy and out for another Atletico Madrid corner. The second one now in the space of just a few minutes. Again, it'll be Antoine Griezmann to go across and take. Third corner of the match so far inside the opening 18 minutes. 2 of them to the visitors. Can they make this one count? It's towards the front post. It was towards Witsel. Just over his head in the end. Again, the second ball breaks the way of Atleti. Winning a throw-in over on the opposite side from where the corner came is Rodrigo Riquelme. Looks lively so far in the game. Local lad, he'll know exactly what this fixture means. And here he is again now on the left-hand side. Cuts onto his right, plays a cross in towards the back post, but too much on it, and that'll run behind for a Real Madrid goal kick. Riquelme breaking into the Spanish senior team last year. He played in 3-1 qualifier wins for the World Cup against Cyprus and Georgia. We'll be hoping that those are the first of many Spanish call-ups to come, particularly with the European Championships on the horizon. Will we see Toni Kroos there? Talk of an international U-turn for the German in the last few days. He plays a pass inside here now. Ball goes out to the right this time to Valverde. Camavinga inside again to Toni Kroos. Thought about a ball over the top towards Rodrigo, who had made a run off the shoulder of his man. Instead it comes to Brahim Diaz, and surely that's going to be offside, is it? There's no flag, and this is a chance for Diaz, the man named in the team at the 11th hour, who's opened the scoring in the Madrid derby. Pinball in the Atletico Madrid penalty area. Atletico players surrounding the referee. They're making their cases heard here, but as it stands, it's Brahim Diaz that gets the first goal of the Madrid derby. A derby that has been laden with goals recently, and we haven't had to wait long for the opener tonight. Brahim Diaz scoring inside the opening 20 minutes to put Real Madrid in front. The ball fell to Diaz. He plays a pass inside. It takes a deflection off a defender and falls to Vasquez, to look to be in an offside position. But the fact that it's come off Saúl Ñíguez, that might just confuse matters here. It's actually come off Koke, excuse me. The deflection comes off Koke straight into the path then of Diaz, who takes it really well. He scoops the ball over Oblak on the outside of his boot. It's a wonderful finish from Diaz. VAR will have a look at this, of course, but it looks like the goal is going to stand. Yes, goal stands. Diaz with the opening goal. Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 0. It's 4th goal of the season in La Liga for Diaz, who spent the last 3 seasons on loan at AC Milan, where he impressed so much so he's been given his opportunities back in Spain with Real Madrid this season, and he's making those opportunities count as well. They don't come much bigger than an opening goal in a Madrid derby, and Los Blancos have hit the front. Fouled shortly after the restart on Rodrigo de Paul. Foul made by Jude Bellingham. He's quite late there, Bellingham, with the tackle. Just watching back that VAR review, he was onside. He looked offside originally, Lucas Vasquez, but when the lines were drawn, he did manage to stay onside. First chance of the game taken by Real Madrid. I know we've had Morata with a bit of a flash shot down the other end, but that was the first time either of the goalkeepers looked seriously worried. Nothing that Oblak could do. It was a really smart finish from Brahim Diaz from close range, but a good response from Diego Simeone's men. They've won a corner down the far end. This is developing into a good battle between Ferland Mendy and Marcos Llorente. And again, Llorente doing well to keep that ball in play, and he gets the added bonus of playing the ball against the shins of the Real Madrid fullback. It'll be A corner here to Atleti. Griezmann, outswinger this time to the edge of the penalty area where he finds Riquelme. Koke, back to Riquelme out on this left hand side. Cross into the middle. Witsel gets his head on a brilliant save from Lunin. It'll be another Atleti corner. Witsel up from the back. Scored his only goal of the season in a 3-1 win against Villarreal back in November. He almost doubled his tally for the campaign there, but diving save from Lunin keeps Real Madrid in front in the derby. On another chance from the corner, and this time it was Stefan Savic. Not sure if he got anything on it in the end. Might have just got the smallest of glances. Yeah, he got plenty on it, Savic, but he just couldn't direct it goal bound. That was a wonderful ball in from Antoine Griezmann. He's really mixed up the delivery so far, Griezmann. He's gone back post, he's gone near post, he's gone central, he's gone to the edge of the box as well. And this time it was a ball just spun into the 6-yard area. Savic gets a glancing head on it but couldn't direct it goal bound. And Atletico Madrid will wonder how they're still behind. Big save from Lunin and then a near miss from Savic off consecutive corners. We're off to a energetic start here in this 4th Madrid derby of the season. Here's the goal scorer, Diaz. Cuts into his left, stands a ball up for Bellingham, who nods it down into a dangerous area, but Atleti had enough bodies back to deal with that. Griezmann now trying to launch a one-man counter-attack, but he's squeezed for room. He runs out of play. It'll be a throw into Real Madrid as the home fans now pick up the decibel levels and try and make their local rivals feel under even greater pressure following the concession of that early goal. The opener coming inside the first 20 minutes here at Santiago Bernabeu. Carvajal, Toni Kroos. Kroos ball over the top towards Bellingham. Bellingham in a battle with Witsel. Witsel comes out on top. It was only a small corridor for Toni Kroos to play that ball into, and he almost got it perfect. Kroos with the volley from the edge of the area, blocked down by Savic. Toni Kroos having a big impact on this game already. The 34-year-old showing no signs of slowing down. He's featured in 22 of 23 league games this season for Real Madrid. He was an unused sub last time in that win against Getafe. That was the first time this season we didn't see him in action in the league for Real Madrid. 7 assists this season. He has scored this term as well. That actually came in the derby defeat against Atletico. And already he's starting to pull the strings, orchestrate things in the middle of the park for Los Blancos, who have it again here through Bellingham, who finds Toni Kroos. Vázquez inside to Carvajal, who finds Valverde. Goes back towards halfway. Nacho Fernandez making sure the back door is shut. Real Madrid on top in the possession stakes at the moment. It's about 60-40 so far. Risky ball into the middle towards Camavinga. Sees Atleti win the ball back. Good tackle from Saul there. This is Koke. Rodrigo de Paul. Nice ball on the outside of the foot to find Antoine Griezmann. Koke out to the right hand side. Ball down the line to Griezmann. Out towards the right hand corner flag. Griezmann. Attempted cross into the Real Madrid penalty area is blocked down. Bellingham got onto it for a moment, but he's quickly put under pressure, and Atleti win a throw-in. But again, unable to make anything of that set piece. And Real Madrid are on the counter-attack through Rodrigo. He's got Brahim Diaz in front of him. To the side he has Vázquez. He uses Vázquez, who finds Diaz. Ball inside to Rodrigo. Shot on goal. Bit of a pop shot there from Rodrigo, but never troubled Jan Oblak, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Rodrigo, 7 goals in La Liga this term. Also has 3 goals in the Champions League as well, but that wasn't one of his finer finishes. As Atleti tried to build from the back through Oblak. He receives from Witsel. Oblak goes out to his opposite side this time, before Atleti do decide to go a little bit more direct up towards Alvaro Morata, who won his header. He got the better of his marker there, Nacho Fernandez, but Morata's header latched onto by a white jersey. And Real Madrid have possession again in the Atleti half. This is Jude Bellingham. Fernandez thought about going square to Carvajal, but Morata and Griezmann in close proximity, so it goes back to the goalkeeper. But Madrid playing through the thirds quite well here. That's a wonderful ball from Bellingham out towards Brahim Diaz. Constant threat down this right hand side for Real Madrid, full of confidence after that early goal. He's in a battle here against Hermoso. Hermoso too strong for Diaz, and Atleti come away with possession. Ball switched from right to left. Still in their own half here, the visitors. But they're making slow but steady progress as the ball now finds its way to Antoine Griezmann inside the Real Madrid half. He goes outside to Riquelme. Riquelme gets it back once again, this time from Saul. But Riquelme takes a loose touch and the ball's fired against the Atletico Madrid wide man, and it'll be a throw into Real Madrid, which is quickly taken. Ball with Dani Carvajal. He goes back to Andre Lunin. Ball now with Toni Kroos. There's a 1-2 with Jude Bellingham. Ball skips past Camavinga and goes out to Valverde instead. Valverde to Vazquez. They play a 1-2. It's back with Valverde again. Vazquez starts sprinting on his outside to give him an overlapping option, but instead the ball goes central to Camavinga, who switches out to the left hand side to Ferland Mendy. Rodrigo, Toni Kroos. Kroos assesses his options, finds Bellingham. They seem to always know where each other are on the park. Tackle comes in on Bellingham, but results in a Real Madrid throw as we hit 30 minutes on the clock at Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid leading in the Madrid derby as Rodrigo takes a shot from range from about 22 yards out, flies over the bar. His second shot at goal in the last few minutes, but neither on targets. Just watching back that Real Madrid opener, they had two lucky deflections in there. The first one falling to Vazquez, who played inside, and that was when the ball crucially came off Koke, falling to Brahim Diaz, but take nothing away from Diaz. It might have been fortunate how the ball ended up at his feet. Nothing fortunate about the finish. It was calm, composed and very classy, and it has given Real Madrid the lead in the derby. Bellingham. Rodrigo does well to keep that alive and find Diaz. This is Vazquez, but Vazquez must have strayed into an offside position. There was a question over whether or not he was onside for the goal. He was eventually cleared, but on this occasion he has just strayed offside and the flag goes up. Atleti happy to go short with the restart. We're back with the feet of Jan Oblak. Oblak switching it out towards Hermoso. Give Hermoso a little bit to do. He was on the stretch, and that's an inaccurate pass in towards Saul as a result. And Real Madrid are on the counter-attack here through Vazquez. Vazquez takes a shot on goal. He hits the side netting from a very acute angle. Bellingham can't believe that Vazquez didn't try to square that instead. Oh, he's made a wonderful run towards the back post there, Bellingham. Vazquez should have been looking to play that across the 6-yard box, and Bellingham would have been unmarked for a tap in at the back post, but instead Vazquez, maybe after taking a slightly heavy touch, decided that the angle was quickly closing up on him, and he decided to go for power. Very little accuracy in the shot though, as it's just about hit the side netting. Referee wasn't happy with that goal kick that was taken by Atleti, so they have to do it all over again. It's actually worked out well for them because there's a bit of space on the right hand side, and Atleti now breaking into the Real Madrid half, but there's too much on that pass towards Rodrigo Riquelme, and that allows Real to clear their lines. Ball up towards Rodrigo, he can't make it stick. Atleti come again with the ball. Witzel, Hermoso to Witzel again. Witzel happy to take a touch despite Bellingham closing him down, and Atleti just looking a little bit frazzled here after the concession of that early goal. It's a loose pass in the centre of the park and presents Real Madrid with a throw-in and a chance to settle back into a sustained spell of possession. Camavinga to Toni Kroos. This is Valverde. Valverde again. Good ball up towards Bellingham. Real Madrid starting to move through the gears now in this latest attack. Camavinga just slows things down again. This is Vasquez. Valverde. Camavinga gets on the turn, finds Bellingham. Bellingham, one-touch football, one-touch pass back to Camavinga. Ball up towards Rodrigo. That's a good ball to Rodrigo. He gets it wide to Ferland Mendy. Rodrigo and Bellingham in the penalty area. Diaz sneaking in there now as well. It eventually reaches Diaz right on the edge of the box. He plays the ball outside and there's the cross into the area from Vasquez, cleared away, not for the first time tonight, by Axel Witsel. This time it goes for a throw, which Lucas Vasquez takes. Vasquez to Carvajal. Bellingham comes short, but Carvajal decides to go backwards instead into his own half to Fernandes. Doesn't really have the legs to join the attacks anymore. He's always that last line of defence, making sure everything's secure at the back. The man who's made so many appearances, over 200 for the Spanish Giants. Spent his entire career with Real Madrid. 34 years of age. A very important piece of this fine Real Madrid jigsaw. Yeah, we're just seeing shots of Vinicius Jr. on the Real Madrid bench. I'm not sure whether he's actually listed as a substitute now or not, whether he might feature later on. He was due to start this game, but reportedly picked up an injury in the warm-up, replaced by Brahim Diaz, who has taken his chance and scored. But hopefully nothing too serious for Vinicius Jr., who has had his injury problems this season. Morata trying to take the ball down inside the Madrid box on his chest, but he's done well to win a corner. His presence up there always has defenders worried. And Atleti, this has looked a real avenue back into the game potentially for them. They've looked very threatening off set pieces, particularly corners so far. Antoine Griezmann's put some lovely balls, some real tempters in there, but this time he goes short to Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul with the cross, but straight into the gloves of Andre Lunin. Surprising that Griezmann opted to go short, given the success he's had so far from corners, but we did credit him earlier for mixing up his approach with those corners, so we can't really criticise him now. He tried something different, it didn't work. I'm sure he'll have a different trick up his sleeve next time around, the Frenchman. Koke inside the centre circle now, finds De Paul. De Paul closed down by Toni Kroos, so all back with Stefan Savic. Did win a Premier League title with Manchester City, of course, but his team really need a win here if Atletico are to stay in the La Liga title race for this season. It's a great success though since his move to Atleti. Savic, and there's a header on goal, chance for Atleti again, and this time it was Saul with the header, but it flashes wide of Andre Lunin's goal. Griezmann with a good pass out wide. The cross came in from Marcus Llorente, and Saul maybe trying to do too much with that header, trying to pick out that bottom corner, and he's generated too much spin on the ball, and it spins wide as a result. But credit to Simeone's men, they have responded well to the concession of that opening goal scored by Brahim Diaz. They've created chances, and they'll feel unlucky not to be at least level here. Atleti looking for just their 5th ever La Liga double over Real Madrid this evening. They're going to have to come from behind. Long way to go though as Camavinga bursts into the Atleti half, and a sliding tackle from Saul, who missed that chance just moments ago, and now he goes into the book. An all action few minutes for the Atleti midfielder. Outstretched sliding tackle on Camavinga. He looked to get something on the ball. He has caught Camavinga with the follow through. Modern football now, it almost seems like any sort of contact is punishable with a yellow card, and I'm afraid Saul, the latest victim, as he picks up the first booking of this Madrid derby. It's taken us 37 minutes. Hopefully the referee won't need to reach for his book too often tonight, but in a game like this, I'm sure that probably won't be the last caution we see. Rodrigo. Ball inside to Valverde, who did well to dig that ball from out under his feet. The pass from Rodrigo, he had to almost stretch back for the ball before he started his run. He's done well to get it out from under his feet, drive forward and force the foul from Hermoso, who's pulled Valverde down to the ground. And I'm sorry if I'm the cause of this, but that is a second booking of the game. Just moments after our first, Saul, the first player to pick up one, and now it's Hermoso just moments later, that also receives a caution as well. So the card count doubled up in just mere moments. It's Toni Kroos eyes up this free kick. He's out on the right hand side, not in a shootable position here, but teed up for a dangerous cross, you would imagine. 5-6 white shirts in that penalty area, including Jude Bellingham. Nacho has come up from the back this time. Ball though does reach the head of Bellingham, but just slightly behind him. He can only direct it out behind for a goal kick. Heading into the last 6 minutes of normal time in this first half. Plenty of chances in this Madrid derby so far. Real Madrid have had the lesser of the chances, but they've made their one count. Brahim Diaz with the cleverest of finishes, scooping the ball over Jan Oblak from close range to put Los Blancos in front. But since then, Atleti have had a number of chances. Saul, the latest of them, his header flashing wide. We've seen Savic go close from a corner. It's a good save from Lunin from a header in there as well. So 3 headed chances for Atleti. They haven't been able to take any of them, and as a result they trail. The fight goes on, as it so often does in this fixture. Two great rivals going toe to toe once again. Almost one of the most enjoyable fixtures in the Spanish football calendar. It's right up there alongside El Clasico. It's one of the derbies everyone looks out for when the fixtures come out. They never seem to let us down, these two. Two teams that have met in a Champions League final, of course, in the last decade. Atleti hearts were broken late on by Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos and all the rest, I'm sure you remember it well. Witsel now towards Saul. He has to watch his step now on that yellow card. He goes back to Witsel. Savic carrying the ball forward. He finds Koke. Koke forced back by Bellingham to Savic once again. Clever pass into Rodrigo De Paul, who's totally unmarked here, so he can pick his head up and find a pass. He goes out to the right hand side to Koke. Koke advances to move further with a good ball down the line. De Paul. That's an aimless one from De Paul. He never picked his head up at all. Again, it was a case of pass into feet, and maybe his first touch just left him with the ball stuck under his feet a little bit, and he just tries to dig it out and play a forward pass as quickly as possible, but he never looked up to see where he was playing it to, and as a result it goes out behind for a Real Madrid goal kick. Brahim Diaz under immense pressure here, and that pressure has seen him crack. He's lost the ball in a dangerous area potentially, and this was an attempted pass from Griezmann inside towards Saul, who'd made a run from deep, but it was intercepted, and Real Madrid on the counter-attack now. So dangerous in these sort of situations. This is Rodrigo out on the right, jinks inside, drops the shoulder, plays a pass inside, a back heel towards Rodrigo. He almost got a lovely little return pass there. I think it might have been Brahim Diaz. Rodrigo inside to, Brahim Diaz with the cheekiest of back heels, and it actually did arrive back at Rodrigo, but he tried to control it with his knee and it broke away, and Atleti won the ball, and eventually it was a foul which ended that Real Madrid attack. Free kick to Atleti inside their own half, but that could have been a lights out kind of counter attack there. If it was a better touch from Rodrigo, he was inside the penalty area, surely would have been getting a shot away. That back heel though, I think that signifies the confidence that Brahim Diaz has this evening after that early goal. Even before that he was looking threatening. One of the best players on the park so far. Griezmann, his touch just flicks up and it's come off his arm inadvertently, but an easy one for the referee to give. He does give handball. Frustrating evening so far for Antoine Griezmann. Ball back here with Dani Carvajal on the edge of his own penalty area. Carvajal puts on the afterburners to get away from Alvaro Morata. Plays it across to a teammate. Back with the goalkeeper now again, Lunin. Into the last 2 minutes of normal time in this first half. Camavinga has the ball inside his own area. Finds Ferland Mendy. Mendy trying to find Bellingham. Bellingham pushed aside by Stefan Savic, who's advanced into a high area up the pitch here. But he's done well, Savic. He's won the ball back for his team. And Atleti have it now in the centre circle with Rodrigo de Paul. He's got options to his right. Instead he goes to his left. That's a great ball towards Hermoso. Takes it down inside the Real Madrid penalty area, but great tracking back and defending there. I believe it was from Rodrigo. Yeah, it was Rodrigo. Not sure what he was doing in the left fullback position, but credit to him. He's denied Hermoso a chance to get a shot away. Excellent play from Rodrigo. Referee just stopping play momentarily here. Seems to be some confusion over which direction this throw-in should go, but it's been given to the home side, Real Madrid. Eventually lumped the ball long and forward towards Rodrigo out on the right, who's back where we'd expect to see him on the pitch, but he can't keep this one in play. I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti will be giving him a pat on the back at half time for that good piece of defending we seen moments ago. Not exactly part of his natural makeup, but he did it really well. Should he ever lose his pace, maybe he's got a career down the line as a fullback in him. Rodrigo de Paul again in the centre circle. We so often see him receiving possession and starting attacks from deep, and again he tries to find Hermoso on the left. Hermoso though just took his eye off the ball as he tried to control it on the toe of his boots. But he does give Rodrigo de Paul a thumbs up. He appreciated the idea there, but unable to keep it in play. Hermoso, ball goes out of play for a Real Madrid throw-in. Real Madrid playing out from the back and looking to catch Atleti cold here at the end of the first half. This is a chance here for Real Madrid. Shot on goal though from Federico Valverde. He's just leaning back as he hits it, and it slowly makes its way over the crossbar and out behind for a goal kick, and that would probably be the last significant action of what has been a very enjoyable first half. Chances at both ends, but I think Diego Simeone's men will be wondering how they are behind at half-time. And as the half-time whistle goes, Rodrigo de Paul with the ball at his feet punches the ball down into the ground. I think that is a sign of the frustration the visiting team will feel here, that they find themselves behind. There's been a good save from Andre Lunin in that first half. There's been headed chances as well for the likes of Savic and for Saul as well, but it is the clever finish of Brahim Diaz after a ricochet fell his way inside the Atleti penalty area. He scooped the ball over Jan Oblak from close range after only being named in the starting 11 after an injury was sustained in the warm-up by Vinicius Jr. But talk about taking your opportunity with both hands. Brahim Diaz with his 4th goal of this La Liga season, and as a result Real Madrid lead in the 4th Madrid derby of the season. The half-time score from Santiago Bernabeu: Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Join myself, Kieran Burke, back here for second half commentary on Flash Score very shortly. Atleti starting this game this evening that gave Los Blancos the lead. That was Brahim Diaz. If you missed the start of our commentary tonight, Vinicius Jr. was named in Carlo Ancelotti's starting 11, but the Brazilian picked up an injury in the warm-up. It was then reported that Joselu would start in his place, which made sense given Joselu had scored 2 goals midweek in the win against Getafe. But we were all surprised to see Brahim Diaz, the man with 21 on the back of his shirt, take to the field for the start of the game. And Brahim Diaz taking the opportunity with both hands. A really clever finish after a ricochet fell his way inside the Atleti penalty area. He scooped the ball over Jan Oblak from close range to give Real Madrid the lead. Atletico, though, responding really well to that early goal, which came just before the 20-minute mark. We saw Axel Witsel popping up from the back with a header that was saved by Andre Lunin, the Real Madrid goalkeeper. Stefan Savic, he had a chance with a header as well from a really good Antoine Griezmann corner. Griezmann, his set pieces have proved very problematic for Real Madrid in that first half. And then Saul, he had a chance, another headed chance again for Atleti as well, but he couldn't direct his effort goal bound. So 3 headed chances for Atletico Madrid in that first half. They had the better of the chances than their hosts, but it is Real Madrid, the Spanish league leaders, that have the lead in this 4th Madrid derby of the season. A win for Real Madrid tonight, they would go 4 points clear at the top after their main title rival so far this season, Girona, dropped points at home to Real Sociedad last night in a scoreless draw, and Real Madrid take on Girona next weekend. So a 4-point lead going into that game would be very beneficial for Real Madrid as they look to close out this season's title race. Atletico Madrid going into this game tonight 10 points off the league leaders. Defeat here would surely end their slim chances of the La Liga title. Teams coming back out onto the field of play for the second half. We'll wait and see if Carlo Ancelotti or Diego Simeone have opted to make any half-time changes. So much chaos for Real Madrid before kick-off. There will be one change for Atleti, though, I can tell you. Riquelme has gone off at half-time. Rodrigo Riquelme, he looked to be a bit of a threat for Atleti in that first half. Surprised by that one, I have to say. And I believe it's Molina that is going to come on here for Atletico de Madrid. Molina, Argentinian World Cup winning fullback. He played every game in the World Cup in Qatar last year. This is his 20th La Liga appearance of the season. He has chipped in with a couple of goals as well. And Diego Simeone sending for the 25-year-old during that half-time break. Second half underway. Atleti to get the ball rolling again in the second half. Early ball up towards Llorente. Llorente does well to make it stick as well. Pass in behind for Morata is intercepted. Morata with a quiet first half. We didn't see much of the ex-Real Madrid man. But he only needs a moment, only needs half a chance. Making goals in all competitions this season, 13 of them coming in La Liga for Morata. He'll be hoping he gets that chance to add to that tonight. Ball into the Real Madrid penalty area, cleared away by Dani Carvajal. Kept in play over on the far side by Lucas Vazquez. Closed down by 2 players in red and white shirts. Plays the ball against them and wins Real Madrid an early throw-in inside their own half. So to confirm the Madrid team for the second half, Lunin in goals. Back four, Mendy, Nacho, Carvajal and Lucas Vazquez, Bellingham, Toni Kroos, Camavinga and Valverde in midfield. Leading the line, Brahim Diaz and Rodrigo. Brahim Diaz scoring the opening goal of the night. And for Diego Simeone's Atletico de Madrid, all black in goals. Not much he could do about that goal from Diaz, Hermoso, Savic, Witsel and Molina now at the back. Molina coming on at half time in place of Riquelme. Llorente, Saul, Koke and De Paul in midfield. And up front, Griezmann and Morata, and it'll be a corner to Atleti. They had 3 or 4 corners in that first half. They looked very threatening from them, and they'll have a chance now to test out that Real Madrid defence once again. Antoine Griezmann goes across to take. Griezmann with a 32-minute appearance off the bench in the win against Vallecano during the week. Got an assist in that one. Looking for another assist here. That was the first game he hasn't started this season midweek. He starts here, he takes the corner, goes towards the centre, and it's in the back of the net. That's been coming, no doubt about it. Atleti carrying huge threat from the dead ball this evening, and they have scored, and it looks to be Stefan Savic that's got his head on it. The Montenegrin international, he had a chance in that first half from a corner where he got a glancing header on a Griezmann corner but couldn't direct it goal bound, but he's hit the target this time. Griezmann right into the 6-yard box with his cross, and it is Savic that gets above a bundle of white jerseys, and he goes for the same finish that he tried earlier on, just that little glancing header, and this time he gives Lunin absolutely no chance. Wonderful directed header into the corner of the nets, and Atleti strike early in the second half as Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 1 in the Madrid derby. Or is it? Referee indicating that there is a VAR check ongoing here. What could he possibly be looking at here, the referee? Is there a foul on the goalkeeper perhaps? I'm not so sure. Goalkeeper Lunin is wrestling with Saul Niguez. There didn't look to be a whole pile in it, I have to say. Those of you that watch Premier League football, you might have seen in recent weeks the Spurs goalkeeper. He's had a couple of incidents where players have backed into him and Tottenham have conceded goals off it. They weren't giving us free kicks. This is similar, but it looks like this goal is going to be disallowed. It's actually going to be disallowed for offside, not because Niguez is wrestling with. It's not been disallowed because of that. It's been disallowed because Saul Niguez is standing in front of the goalkeeper and he's in an offside position. Atleti felt so hard done by to be behind at half time, and if they don't get something from this game now, they're going to be absolutely cursing their luck. That goal chalked off by VAR. Saul in an offside position, so Savic's header will not stand. Real Madrid still lead by a goal 2-0. Dramatic start to second half proceedings. Toni Kroos dropping deep this time, gets the ball out wide to Ferland Mendy. Mendy immediately put under pressure by Llorente. He has to go back to Nacho Fernandez. Nacho puts his foot on the ball. There's a forward pass to Toni Kroos. He finds a ball into the midfield towards Valverde. And that is a foul committed on, looks like Vasquez to me. Yeah, that is Vasquez who's gone down. Free kick inside their own half for Real Madrid. Nothing more than that. It's a strong tackle from, it was Koke that went in there. Referee happy just to continue the game with nothing more than a free kick. This is Camavinga. Sloppy pass from Camavinga. He was looking for Bellingham. Atleti have turned it over. Got a long way to go to reach the Real Madrid penalty area from here, inside their own half. Rodrigo de Paul goes down by Brahim Diaz, goes back to Koke. Koke trying to push his players up the park here. Again, Rodrigo de Paul picks up possession, finds Axel Witsel. Savic, what must be going through his mind now? He thought he had scored to equalise in this Madrid derby, only for VAR to intervene. Ball up towards Morata. He tries to knot it down for Antoine Griezmann, but Griezmann quickly running out of real estate. Ball goes behind for a goal kick. Just watching back the goal, Diego Simeone not impressed with that decision. Can see why as well. Yes, Saul is stood in front of the goalkeeper, but he had no chance, the goalkeeper, Lunin. The ball wasn't anywhere near him in that situation. But I suppose by the letter of the law you can see why that has been disallowed, but you can also see the Atleti viewpoint there as well, and why they might feel hard done by. Real Madrid now looking to use that reprieve and go down the other end and perhaps put this game to bed with a second They're inside the penalty area. There's a challenge there. And there's a Real Madrid player down. It's Vasquez. Referee waves play on for now. VAR, of course, will have a look at that as well. Bellingham still has it here for Real Madrid, but they've been forced back by Atleti for now. But hearts will be pumping as that VAR check continues. Toni Kroos, lovely pass off the left foot, out to the right hand side for Rodrigo. Rodrigo jinxed by his man, loses his foot, and no calls for a penalty this time. Ball cleared away eventually by Saul, only as far as Dani Carvajal. Looks like there'll be no penalty given. I haven't had a look back at that one yet. Actually, here it comes now. Vasquez tries to go in between two Atleti players, a gap that wasn't really there. Didn't look to be any great contact as he hit the ground. Toni Kroos with a volley! That's caught by Jan Oblak straight down the barrel at the Slovenian goalkeeper. As that ball spun up and sat up nicely for Toni Kroos, but lovely technique, but straight down the middle in the end. Easy save for the goalkeeper. Rodrigo de Paul put under pressure by Toni Kroos. He's won it back on the edge of the Atleti penalty area. He finds Rodrigo. Rodrigo tries to get a quick shot in on goal. It's blocked down by Koke. That took all the pace out of the shot. It's gathered by Oblak, who quickly throws the ball out to Griezmann. Game becoming stretched and frantic, even though we're only about 6-7 minutes into the second half. In possession now is Saul. Griezmann. Rodrigo de Paul. Paul breaking forward now. Gets the ball out to the right hand side for the substitute Molina. Attempted cross by Marcus Llorente is blocked down, and it's ricocheted back off Llorente. It'll be a Real Madrid throw in about 5 yards away from the corner flag inside their own half. And again, I get another look at that penalty shout for Real Madrid involving the 17 Vasquez. He was the meat in a sandwich in a tackle involving Hermoso and Saul. As I said, it looked like he went for a gap, Vasquez, that perhaps wasn't there. The corridor quickly began to tighten. He went down under pressure, and the referee decided nothing doing. Atleti in possession now in the Real Madrid half. This is Savage. Rodrigo de Paul. Seems to be a bit more adventurous in terms of players making forward runs in this second half. Atleti. I was listening into some of the TV coverage at half time, and a lot of the pundits a bit critical of Atleti's approach in the first half, that maybe they weren't ambitious, confident enough. As Bellingham runs into the referee puts his hands out and said there's not much I can do about that. And Atleti looking to use this little bit of confusion now to their advantage as the ball goes outside. Molina with the cross inside, blocked away by Nacho. Wasn't the best cross from Molina given the time and space he had. Ball eventually trickles behind for a Real Madrid goal kick. Atleti definitely getting their chances, but they are not making the most of them, I'm afraid. Here's Mendy for Real Madrid. Brahim Diaz. Mendy. Back to Nacho Fernandez. Toni Kroos back to the goalkeeper Lunin. Hasn't been a straight forward start to the season for Carlo Ancelotti in terms of his goalkeepers. Thibaut Courtois out until at least next month. Kepa's also had his injury issues this season. Lunin and Kepa, they've rotated over recent months, but Lunin seems to have the number one shirt to himself at the moment. Tonight is Lunin's 11th league appearance of the season, looking for a 6th clean sheet. It's not a bad ratio, clean sheets to games, but of course that's the sort of record you'd be expected to have as a Real Madrid goalkeeper. Black with 8 clean sheets this season. That's from 22 games, of course. Going into this one tonight. What a great goalkeeper he's been, though, for Atleti down the years. For many, one of the best goalkeepers in Europe during his time in the Spanish capital. Named 4-time Slovenian Footballer of the Year. And he's been looting down the other end. That's probably been the most significant save of the game so far. That save from the Axel Witsel header to keep Real Madrid in front. There's been further chances for Atletico de Madrid since then, but they have not taken their chances. Brahim Diaz taking his opportunity, and Real Madrid leading as a result. Madrid coming forward again, the home side. Cross into the penalty area. That's a wild one, and that will go behind for a goal kick. As Diego Simeone gets ready to make another change. He brought on Molina for Riquelme at half time. And it looks like he's going to make another change in the next couple of moments. Heading towards the hour mark now, so there usually is a time where managers like to make their changes. As Rodrigo de Paul hits the turbo and breaks forward. That's a great run there from the Argentinian. Opens up the centre of the park, and he breaks into the penalty area now, where he gets onto a forward pass, but he's closed down by Dani Carvajal. Rodrigo de Paul goes down inside the area. Never going to be given. Getting a bit of stick from the fans behind that goal. A few diving gestures been made the way of the Argentinian. But that positive forward run from De Paul, it has won them a throw-in, but they've wasted that throw-in. They've gifted the ball to Jude Bellingham. He's got 3 defenders around him. He needs support here, Bellingham. He's done well to find a pass outside to Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Valverde, but Valverde with a hurried forward pass, and it'll run through to Jan Oblak. But just goes to show, no matter where you give the ball away to this Real Madrid team, if you're leaving gaps at the back, they will find them. That was a throw-in that was presented straight to Jude Bellingham. Real Madrid, in a matter of seconds, broke down the other end and created a promising opportunity. As a cross comes in from Molina, that was a really good cross from Molina, a real tempting one into the corridor of uncertainty between goalkeeper and penalty spot, but it was eventually cleared away by Real Madrid. And here they come again now with one of those trademark counter-attacks, but it's a loose touch from Brahim Diaz inside the area, and that will allow Savic to get back. Savic has given it away to Rodrigo. Bellingham goes down inside the area. Referee immediately waves away any claims from the Englishman. The referee has been tested in this second half. He's had some big decisions to make. Rodrigo with the pass to Diaz. Diaz with the cut back to Toni Kroos, who played a first time pass inside to Bellingham. Bellingham and Savic appear to have it coming together. There was definite contact on the Englishman. Whether or not he was going to latch onto that pass from Toni Kroos, I'm not so sure. Carlo Ancelotti making the VAR signal to the referee. I'm sure the referee doesn't need the blessing of the Madrid boss to have that one checked. We're actually going to see a couple of changes here. Saul's going to come off. Lino's going to come on, as is Barrios and Memphis Depay. So 3 changes here. Rodrigo de Paul is heading off. And Morata, who had a very quiet night at the office against his former club. Usually such an effective weapon in these games, Morata. We mentioned that great goal record he's got against the Real Madrid, but he had a very quiet night by his standards. He has been replaced by the Dutchman, Memphis Depay. Depay scoring last time out. He's actually scored in his last 2 games now for Atleti after a slow start to the season, mostly due to injury, of course. Diego Simeone will be hoping those goals in recent games will signal the start of a run of not only goals but of a genuine run of games where he'll be effective for the team. Scoring against Valencia and Vallecano in his last 2. He's failed to find the back of the net in 6 previous outings against Real Madrid. Simeone will be hoping that changes tonight. I'll tell you what, Savic was a little bit lucky. Looking back on that incident with Bellingham, he's collided into the back of the ex-Birmingham man. I don't think Bellingham was going to get onto that pass from Toni Kroos. There was a lot of pace on it, but there was definite contact on him from Savic. Game just becoming a little bit sloppy now. Referee is being overworked here. A lot of decisions to make. The latest of them is a free kick to Atletico inside their own half. Handball by Dani Carvajal. Molina in possession now on the right hand side. We've already seen his ability to step forward and put in some good crosses from wide. Forward pass by Koke in towards Griezmann. Deflected away from the Real Madrid penalty area. And the team in white looking to counter now with Brahim Diaz. He's done well to find Bellingham. Bellingham shields that ball really well from Savic and draws a foul from the Atletico Madrid central defender. Everyone talks about Jude Bellingham's goal since he's joined the Real Madrid, but that was some good old-fashioned centre-forward play there, just getting body between ball and man and forcing the defender into a decision and into a foul. Free kick to Real Madrid, which is taken quickly. 63 minutes on the clock now. Real Madrid leading by 1-0 in the fourth Madrid derby of the season, the 236th instalment of this famous old rivalry. You're listening to it live on Flash Score with me, Kieran Burke, your commentator. As Brahim Diaz receives the pass out on the left, he finds Jude Bellingham with a forward run. Bellingham into the penalty area, a couple of step overs to try and deceive the defenders. He goes back to Brahim Diaz once again. This is Nacho to Toni Kroos. Lovely switch of play out to the opposite side for Valverde. Valverde dispossessed. Atletico Madrid taking a chance playing from the back, but probably got to take chances now at this stage. They do win a throw-in. Axel Witsel receives the ball inside his own penalty area. He goes across to Savic. Savic gets a pass back from the substitute Pablo Barrios, the youngster from Madrid, Spanish under-21 international. This is his 13th league appearance of the season. He has scored in the Champions League this season for Atleti. Still awaiting his first La Liga career goal. I'm sure it'll come. This will be a good time to get it. Here he is again, Barrios. Down the line to Llorente. Gives it back to Barrios. Barrios using those young legs to good effect as he bursts down the right hand side. He tries to link up with Molina. Molina shoved to the ground, but in a fair manner, says the referee. Brahim Diaz skips over his man, skips over Koke as if he was a hurdle. Brahim Diaz racing forward. Bellingham, lovely little flick inside to almost get him away from his man, but he just loses his footing. He was again looking up at the referee, hoping he might get a penalty. Referee quite animated as he directs Bellingham to his feet. This referee keen to make clear he's not going to give anything away softly tonight. You're going to have to earn your penalties if there are any to be awarded. Ball out on the right now with Llorente. Llorente with a dangerous cross inside towards Griezmann, just over his head. He had Carvajal for company. It'll run through to the back post, where it's kept in play by Vasquez for Real Madrid. He finds a nice ball forward to Rodrigo, and this could be a good chance here to score on a counter-attack. Real Madrid bursting forward. They've got plenty of options left and right. It goes right to Rodrigo. Rodrigo with the shot save from Oblak, and he gathers it at the second attempt. Here come Atletico Madrid now, down the other end. This game starting to become really stretched now. 25 minutes into the second half. It's end to end. Ball over the top towards Griezmann. Has he stayed onside? Ball doesn't reach him anyway. Falls to Memphis Depay. Depay with a nice pass into the penalty area, and Atleti will have yet another corner. That was one of the other substitutes receiving that pass from Memphis Depay. Samuel Lino, the Brazilian winger, almost getting away from a couple of Real Madrid players, but the tackle came in on the Brazilian. It'll be a corner over on the left hand side. Again, it's Antoine Griezmann to go across and take. This is the first Atleti corner since Savic's disallowed headed goal, probably about 10 minutes or so ago now. This time towards the front post. Runs through to Rodrigo, who heads it away. This is Llorente. Lino just stands this one up, where it's almost taken down by Hermoso. Throw into Atleti. Throw in eventually taken. It's with Samuel Lino. I think in that stoppage there, Koke might have just been replaced. He has been. Angel Correa coming on here for Atletico Madrid. Good option to have. Another Argentinian joining the fray here. Quite a few of them out there. Only played 4 minutes in that World Cup campaign that resulted in the ultimate glory for Messi and co, but he was still a part of it, Correa. And he's on another big stage here now, the Madrid derby. Only 28, but he's very much a veteran as the cross comes in towards Griezmann. Griezmann trying to outstretch and get something on that, but it runs through to the goalkeeper, Lunin. Angel Correa was linked with a move to the Saudi Pro League towards the end of the January transfer window, but it looks like he's going to stay now in Madrid for the time being. Samuel Lino closed down by 2 Real Madrid players. One of them was Jude Bellingham, the other was Vasquez. Vasquez takes it away from the substitute and he plays a pass inside to Camavinga. Camavinga saw Rodrigo making a run off the shoulder of Savic, but Savic intercepts the ball. Good positioning there from the central defender. This is Correa now. Correa holds off Camavinga. Here's a couple of passes with Molina. Attempted ball up towards the pie, intercepted, falls the way of Griezmann. Almost reaches the pie on a second and then a third occasion, but again Real Madrid keeping it away from the former Barcelona man. Camavinga goes down under a challenge. Referee again tells him to get to his feet. This referee not having any of it. Players hitting the deck softly. He won't buy into it. Memphis Depay out on the right, cross inside. There's too much airtime on that. That allows Lunin to get a good sight of it, to come out and claim, and he's already distributed the ball forward. This is Valverde with a pacey run. Jude Bellingham has it now. Bellingham outside to Brahim Diaz. Diaz into the Atletico Madrid penalty area. Oh, it's a lovely piece of footwork. Is this going to be a shot on goal? It is! Oh, it's gone wide. Huge chance for Brahim Diaz to double his tally and Real Madrid's lead. He's got his head in his hands. He's done so well up until the final part of that, Brahim Diaz. He sticks the ball through the legs of his initial marker. Then he cuts inside. And the goal was beginning to open up. He's put it through the legs of Hermoso. He skips around Axel Witsel. Takes a shot off the left, but he just can't get enough curl, can't get enough motion on the ball. And unfortunately for Brahim Diaz, that is to be his last involvement of the game. He's going to be substituted. He goes off, taking the acclaim of the Real Madrid supporters. They've enjoyed that performance from him this evening. He's been absolutely excellent out there, but after 70 minutes he will be replaced, and it will be Joselu coming on. Not a bad option to have, given Joselu scored twice in that win during the week against Getafe, scoring his 6th and 7th goals of the La Liga season. Ex-Newcastle man has also scored 3 Champions League goals this season, and a goal now for Joselu could kill off this Madrid derby as we head into the last 20 minutes at Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 0 in what has been a thrilling Madrid derby so far. Maybe not as many goals as some of their recent meetings, but there has been plenty of chances at either end, plenty of drama as well. We've had a goal disallowed for Atletico Madrid in this second half. Stefan Savic, his header chalked off by VAR with an Atletico Madrid teammate Saul standing in front of the line of vision of the goalkeeper Andre Lunin, so that one was disallowed. We've had a penalty appeal down the other end for Real Madrid, waved away as well. Plenty of substitutes introduced for both sides in the second half as well, so the tempo remains high as Valverde gets onto the ball out on the right hand side, plays a cross in, forces Llorente into a hurried clearance. Another cross into the area, this time cleared away by Axel Witsel. Memphis Depay back helping out as well, but he can't get a hold of the ball, and Real Madrid have a chance now to build an attack, but I think there might be a late offside flag here. Yeah, looks like there is. So that'll be a free kick to Atletico Madrid, taken quickly by Axel Witsel. Llorente, ball down the right hand side to Molina. Molina, good forward pass to Memphis Depay. Depay looking to play in Correa. intercepted by Ferland Mendy. Mendy breaking forward now. Good pass off the left. He gets it out to the right hand side. And breaking forward now once again is Valverde. Valverde, little bit of deception to get away from Barrios. The youngster was outsmarted there by the more experienced player. Toni Kroos, lovely switch of play again. He's been enjoying himself all night with those switches in direction of the play. Lovely curling pass out to the right hand side that time from Toni Kroos. He has it again now in the centre circle. Finds Jude Bellingham. We said it in the first half, they always seem to know where each other are on the park, Toni Kroos and Bellingham. Free kick to Real Madrid. Foul committed there. Vinicius Junior does have a bib on. Looks like he's warming up, so whatever that issue was in the warm-up, it might not be enough to stop Vinicius Junior from seeing some sort of action in this game yet. That's very, very interesting. We could yet see Vinny Junior make an appearance in this game. It was Brahim Diaz that eventually replaced Vinicius Junior in the starting 11 after it had been initially reported online by multiple sources that Joselu would be the man replacing Vinicius Junior. Joselu is now on the pitch. Brahim Diaz replaced on the 70-minute mark after his early goal put Real Madrid in front. Bellingham receiving the ball just inside his own half now. He goes back towards Ferland Mendy. Mendy back to the goalkeeper Lunin. Lunin puts his foot on the ball. He's inviting the likes of Griezmann, Memphis Depay to come and close him down, but they're declining that opportunity, that invitation at the moment. Lunin just spins the ball forward with his studs and eventually plays the ball out to Jude Bellingham. He's picked out Bellingham as well, and a high boot has been called against Joselu after Bellingham headed it inside. Joselu's touch just spun up a little bit, so he stuck his boot in the air to try and take it down, and the referee judged that Joselu's boot was high on Savic, who had ducked down bravely to try and get his head on the ball. And the ball up towards Lino is intercepted by Real Madrid. Substitute Lino just struggling to get into things off the bench at the moment, as Atletico Madrid commit another foul. This time it's on Joselu. Gave away that free kick for a high boot moments ago, but he wins his team a free kick this time. Luka Modric, this is becoming a regular sight now. The Croatian veteran coming off the subs bench for Carlo Ancelotti this season. Featured in 17 of the 21 league games, of 22 league games this term, but only 10 of those have been starts. He did play a rare full 90 against Getafe last time, so rested on the bench for the start of this game, but he is going to come on now for Real Madrid, the 2018 Ballon d'Or winner, replacing Rodrigo. Had that chance on the counter-attack earlier on to put Real Madrid 2-0 up, but his powerful shot well saved by Jan Oblak. So Modric into the action. The old guard, Modric and Toni Kroos, still the power players in that Real Madrid midfield. After all these years, they're still going strong. As I said, we don't see maybe Modric starting as many games as he used to, but he's still a very important weapon in the arsenal for Ancelotti. Real Madrid are giving it away to Correa. Correa with the cross, the back heel from Griezmann, and somehow it stays out. Is it going to be one of those nights for Atletico de Madrid? They've had so many chances and somehow they still find themselves one behind. Camavinga now for Real. He's fouled, and that'll give them a chance to take stock and relieve some of the pressure. It was Mendy who took a loose touch and Correa was on it like a light. Correa with the low ball inside, Griezmann with the back heel, and what a save it was from Lunin. I wasn't sure initially how that one had stayed out. Knew it hit someone, but it was the Real Madrid goalkeeper's second big save of the game. Do have to wonder whether that goal would have stood. Griezmann looked like he was right on the edge of onside offside. I have a feeling he might have just been leaning slightly off Griezmann, but it was an audacious effort, a back heel from inside the 6-yard box. But Lunin got out and spread himself big and bold to make yet another important save for Real Madrid. Nacho Fernandez, what's he doing up here? Halfway line. He'll have a nosebleed if he doesn't get back. Quickly offloads it to Bellingham. Gives it back to the central defender. That's a nice little turn from Joselu. He finds Bellingham out on the left. Bellingham quickly cuts into the right. Switches it to the opposite side of the penalty area. Valverde and Vázquez link up. Vázquez with the cross towards Bellingham. It's just over Bellingham's head. Correa latches onto it. Correa chips the ball down the line. Toni Kroos, though, too strong for his opponent there, and he wins possession back for Real Madrid. They have won themselves a throw deep in opposition territory here. It'll be taken by Ferland Mendy. International, making his 14th league appearance of the season. He finds a pass off the throw-in to Bellingham. Bellingham with a cheeky little flick inside to Joselu. Joselu's shot from inside the penalty area is blocked down. Bellingham has the ball again over by the corner flag, and he tries to stick the ball through the legs of a couple of Atletico Madrid defenders. It didn't work, but he does win a corner. He is some sight to behold, Jude Bellingham. First of all, little flick off the throw-in he received to set up the chance for Joselu. Ball then breaks the way of Bellingham, and despite being right on the touchline, the end line, he still managed to find his way into that Atletico Madrid penalty area with a couple of nutmegs, and he almost managed to find his way through. But it'll be a corner. That's not bad going to win a corner there. When he was up against it, Bellingham, Toni Kroos goes across to take. Atletico have been so threatening from corners. What can Real Madrid do with one now? It's a great corner into the 6-yard box. It's beaten a couple of defenders, but no white jersey there to latch onto. That was a great ball from Toni Kroos. Real Madrid not making as much of that as they should have. Bellingham was being held. Llorente definitely took a chance. He had his arms around Bellingham. I'm not sure if that one's been checked by VAR or not. Doesn't look like it is. Game continues with Llorente in possession now. Might be breathing a sigh of relief that he got away with that one. He had a good firm hold of Jude Bellingham with both hands. Cross again defended by Real Madrid. They're getting to those aerial balls first most of the time, as Valverde breaks into the Atletico half. Luka Modric plays a 1-2 with Joselu. Modric decides to slow things down, and he goes back to Toni Kroos. Finds Bellingham, Modric, Ferland Mendy. 76,732 in attendance at Santiago Bernabeu tonight. They've been treated to another wonderful spectacle. As things stand, Atletico Madrid's winless run at this venue is going to continue. They haven't won here since February of 2016. And their recent struggles on the road look set to continue as well. This will be a 4th loss in their last 5 matches on the road in La Liga. Simeone would have been hoping that narrow defeat at Granada last time, or narrow win at Granada last time, the 1-0 victory, might have marked a turning point for their away form. But they continue to trail here against the league leaders. Molina has the ball out on the right. He tries to skip by Mendy. Mendy with a desperate lunge. Molina was looking for a free kick, but again, the referee undeterred. He allows play to continue. I'm just looking back at that one at the moment. He's definitely had a little grab of the jersey, Mendy, as he goes in. He missed Molina and the ball with his attempted sliding tackle. He then panics a little bit and sticks an arm out. And although there wasn't huge amounts of contact, definitely had a little grab at the winger. Referee having to come over to the technical area now to deal with somebody. He's booked somebody on the Atletico Madrid bench. I'm not sure who. We might get confirmation shortly. It's referee having to come to the sideline to deal with something there. Came back underway, and the referee, this has not been an easy half from Joselu, who's gone down now holding his face. Joselu just getting a loose forearm there from the substitute Molina. Didn't look to be a whole pile in it, to be honest. Joselu hit the ground like a sack of potatoes, but referee just stopped the game to check on his well-being, but there was no further action taken. Diego Simeone, as ever, looking very animated now on the edge of that Atletico Madrid technical area. And Spurs players on to a late equaliser here into the last 7.5 minutes of normal time. Real Madrid still holding out by that goal to nil. That goal scored inside the opening 20 minutes of this contest by Brahim Diaz. Toni Kroos plays a ball down the right hand channel. Asks Freddy Valverde to give chase to this one. Valverde beats Witsel to a ball into Joselu. And will this be a corner? The officials don't seem sure. Joselu adamant the last touch didn't come off him. Savage did well to play that ball against Joselu, so if the officials do give the goal kick here, it's going to be the right decision. Yeah, they've got it right. Good piece of defending there against Joselu. Axel Witsel. Forward pass to Memphis Depay. Depay receives it again. Depay, 3 Real Madrid players around him. Did well to offload it and find a player in a red and white shirt. Did Memphis Depay. That's a bit of a wild switch from left to right. Ball out towards Molina. He had to run backwards to try and keep it in play. He wasn't able to do so. It'll be a throw into Real Madrid. But despite that, Diego Simeone applauding the idea. I think he appreciates his team are running out of time here and they're trying to make things happen at a tempo. But perhaps it required a more patient approach on that occasion. Nacho Fernandez back to the goalkeeper. Lunin for Real Madrid. Lunin back to Nacho. Ferland Mendy. Up towards Joselu, who was pinned there by Savage. Savage just had a really good game. He'll still feel hard done by that. His headed goal was disallowed for offside. But defensively, he's been rock solid at the back again tonight, the former Manchester City man. Dispossessed there is Marcus Llorente, and breaking forward is Luka Modric. Modric hauled to the ground, and that is going to be not only a free kick but a yellow card as well. It's Barrios that goes into the referee's notebook, the latest booking in this Madrid derby. Bellingham with the pressure, which resulted in the steal, the turnover from Modric. Modric, despite his advancing years, a 38-year-old now, he showed a good turn of foot to get away from a couple of players there, forcing Barrios into the foul, and a yellow card for Barrios there. Into the last 5 minutes, can Real Madrid hang on to this lead that would see them go 4 points clear at the top of the table, setting up a massive clash against their nearest title challengers at the moment, Girona, next weekend. Real Madrid unbeaten at Santiago Bernabeu this season. That unbeaten run looks set to continue here. It'll be 10 Madrid derbies at home without defeat for Los Blancos as well, if they can hold on to this lead and maybe build on it, as Bellingham receives the ball on the edge of the D. He takes a shot off the left, but there was 3-4 players in front of him, defensive players, who managed to get out to that shot and block it down. Bellingham hasn't had too many sighters at goal tonight, but he was in good position that time. It was well worth taking on the shot at goal. Didn't pay off on that occasion. Modric, nice switch of play out to the left to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, some fancy footwork, manages to find Toni Kroos. He can just about do everything, this kid Jude Bellingham. Shouldn't be forgotten how young he is. Still only a young man, Jude Bellingham. Clock continues to tick away in Real Madrid's favour. They have a throw in deep in the Atleti half. They don't hold on to it for too long, but Atletico Madrid, that clearance is only going to run through to the goalkeeper Luna, who almost lost his footing there inside his own penalty area, and he had Memphis Depay charging down on him. That would have been interesting. Had Lunan hit the deck there, he wouldn't have had long to get back upright to clear that ball away. We know how quick Depay is. Good pressure over on the far side by Samuel Lino. He wins a throw-in for his team. Dani Ceballos being asked to come on now by Ancelotti to try and see out this game. Jude Bellingham is going to be replaced. Another goal without a game. It's been a quieter spell in front of goal for Jude Bellingham, but his overall game, as I said just moments ago, there's pretty much nothing this kid can't do. Got through the yards tonight. He's ran almost 10 kilometres out there, and he's held the ball really well. He's brought players into play, linked up with Toni Kroos really well in midfield when he's dropped deeper. And another good performance from Jude Bellingham. Dani Ceballos, we often see him coming on as a sub for Real Madrid. He's going to try and help his teammates see this one out. Only one league start this season from what's now his 12th La Liga appearance for the ex-Arsenal loanee. Depay breaking forward here for Atleti. He's into the area. He was looking for a cut back towards Correa, but there was so much traffic to try and navigate through there with that cut back, and it was just one defender too many to try and beat. Luka Modric, don't see him taking risks like that too often. He went for a luxurious back heel, and he's given it away in a dangerous area. Shot on goal from Antoine Griezmann. He was a long way out, no power really generated in the shot as well, and it's an easy save for Lunan, who just falls down onto the shot to try and run down the clock even deeper. Griezmann's shot hitting the turf and then spinning up into the arms of the goalkeeper Lunan. Sends his charges forward. Long ball from the Ukrainian up towards Joselu. That was absolutely fired at Joselu. He tried to take it down on his chest. He was beaten by the pace of the ball. Axel Witsel closed down now by Valverde. Witsel does well to keep his composure under pressure and finds a pass which can start another Atleti attack from deep. Llorente to Barrios, to Hermoso. Can they find an opportunity at goal here? Griezmann with another shot. It's blocked away by a wall of white jerseys. It's going to be a corner though to Atletico de Madrid as we go into the last 30 seconds of normal time. Griezmann, as of yet, unable to add to his impressive haul of goals this season, but it has been these corner kicks where Atletico have proved so dangerous and almost deadly earlier, as we saw with that savage header that was disallowed. This is their 8th corner of the game. Griezmann goes across to take. We're in the 90th minute now. Griezmann, another great ball inside. Hermoso almost got something on it and almost fell the way of Depay, but again, just one too many Real Madrid players back there. Toni Kroos dispossessed out wide by Correa. Correa carries it into the area, but again runs into traffic. Camavinga to Ferland Mendy. Madrid trying to play out here. They've done well so far. This is Dani Ceballos. Ceballos loses his footing, but the ball runs through to Camavinga, and Camavinga wins a very important free kick for his team. 4 additional minutes at Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid closing in on the 3 points. That would extend their lead at the top of La Liga and almost certainly end Atletico Madrid's chances of the title this season. If they come away with nothing here, Atleti, they'll feel very hard done by. Just looking back at that latest chance, the corner where Hermoso got his head on it, he did win the first header, but as the ball is travelling forward, it comes off the back of the head of Luka Modric, who knew nothing about it. Pretty much every chance for Atleti tonight has been a headed one. Witsel forcing a save from Lunan in the first half. We've seen Savic miss a chance from a corner and then score a header from a corner, only for VAR to disallow it. We saw Saul have a chance as well. That was the latest chance for Hermoso, but none of them have cracked this Real Madrid defence as of yet. 2.5 minutes for Atleti to try and find a way past Los Blancos. Real Madrid on their way to their 117th Madrid derby victory. Atleti hoping they can make this a 61st draw in the fixture. Long forward ball blocked down. It goes out for a throw-in. Atleti have to go backwards before they can go forward. Stefan Savic across to Axel Witsel. Witsel with the ball to Barrios. Barrios with the ball forward, but Correa, his little flick around the corner, unfortunately is intercepted. Atletico Madrid running out of time here. They do have the ball once again, but it's back at the starting point of Jan Oblak. They've got to go from one end to the other here, Atleti, if they're going to find an equaliser. Witsel across to Stefan Savic. Savic with the cross in towards Depay. Depay gets his head on it. Chance for Llorente. It's in the back of the net. They found an equaliser, and how they deserve it. Marcos Llorente has scored in added on time to rescue a point for Atleti. A goal that will be celebrated in the red and white half of Madrid, and of course by the supporters of Girona as well. Real Madrid, they thought they were about to go 4 points clear at the top of La Liga, but Llorente has just thrown a spanner in the works in the most dramatic of title races this season. The latest chapter in the story has been written by Marcos Llorente, and it's a headed goal. Of course it is. Of course it's a headed goal for Atleti. They've scored so many of them in this fixture this season, and pretty much every chance they've had tonight has been a headed one, and this time they've taken it. And not only is the goal scored by the head of Llorente, it's set up by the head of the substitute Memphis Depay. His little flick on, met by Llorente, and it's a bullet header in off the crossbar. And Simeone's men, their unbeaten run against Madrid-based opposition, looks like it's set to continue. This will be 9 on the trot now without defeat against fellow teams from the capital. Marcos Llorente, the hero, unless Real Madrid can break Atleti hearts in the dying seconds here. They do have a throw-in deep in opposition territory. Luka Modric with the cross, but it's straight into the gloves of Jan Oblak. How much longer will the referee allow? Marcos Llorente coming back to haunt his former side once again. The man that famously scored 12 goals in the league as Atleti pipped Real Madrid to the title in 2021. His goal here has damaged Real Madrid's title hopes for 2024. Play continues with the ball in the Real Madrid half. It's quickly fired forward down the other end. Stefan Savic manages to clear his lines. Ball goes out of play for Real Madrid throw-in. Ancelotti just asking for calm. He doesn't want his team to lose it from here. Late tackle from Depay. That's going to result in a booking. We played a minute over the allocated 4 minutes that were tagged on to the end of this second half. Nacho Fernandez fouled there by Memphis Depay. Will Real Madrid launch this one forward? They won't get time, I'm afraid. There's the final whistle. A thrilling Madrid derby, as they so often are. Marcos Llorente once again coming back to haunt Real Madrid. The man who helped Atleti to the title in 2021. His goal just about keeps them in the title race for this season. Still 10 points behind Real Madrid, but it could have been a whole lot worse. Brahim Diaz, who didn't expect to start this game tonight. He was named among the substitutes, but Vinicius Jr. pulling up with an injury in the warm-up